Day. Government House correspondent Moses Agboma has details.
The visit by the Belgian ambassador to Nigeria is among other reasons to discuss plans for the formal handing over of Fresco oil palm plantation, irregular migration, and the Benin River Port partnership with the Port of Antwerp to build upon the existing bilateral relationship between both countries. The Belgian ambassador Peter Linglet, while explaining the purpose of the visit, highlighted its importance to the Belgian government in strengthening its ties.
An owned palm oil plantation nearby, Fresco, that is now going to be owned by a Nigerian firm, as I understand it, Saro Africa. As from the 1st of January onwards, at least that's going to be the effective moment of handover of control. So are aware that Edo State is still a point of departure for much irregular migration and human trafficking. There was also a recent conviction of somebody here in the area who trafficked 12 girls to Belgium. So I think that's also an important signal through which it's now clear that this may also lead to jail sentences and that there is no impunity for these kind of crimes. So we will build upon that also on the Belgian side because in Belgium we're still also aware of the fact that many Nigerian girls end up trapped in Europe and often go through Belgium as a gateway.
Responding, Governor Godwin Obaseki, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Osarodion Ogie, while welcoming the ambassador, stressed on Edo's investment opportunities and achievements in the oil palm sector, of which the state is leveraging on in boosting its revenue and creating opportunities for its people and the state.
For us as a sub-national to develop our economy and enlarge our economy, we needed to invest in agriculture. And we found the oil palm setup as one area where we have a comparative advantage. So we decided to encourage investors to come in and made allocation to them. As of today, we have about 70,000 hectares under cultivation. We believe that by next year, we will be able to meet up our target of 100,000 hectares.
On the issues of irregular migration and on other areas of interest, Barrister Sarodion assured the ambassador that Governor Godwin Obaseki is willing to collaborate with other local, national, and international stakeholders in combating and erasing such menace from the state.
We'll be able to reduce the issues of irregular migration considerably. Yes, we are not there yet where we want to be, but with the assistance of partners like you and the IOM and the others, we'll be able to reduce that. I'm surprised that yes, we can still find cases like the one you just mentioned now, a woman who took 12 guests out of the country. We want to know, we want to have the facts of that case, because we have an agency which we specifically set up for anti-human trafficking. The Port of Antwerp were here some time ago. They made a presentation, and it was clear to us that if we needed a partner in developing that port, the Port of Antwerp is our ready-made partner. And we've made a lot of progress. Again, before we leave, we'll arrange a meeting between you and our officials handling the Benin River Port, so they can give you a full update of where we are.
The new Belgium ambassador was offered gifts of brass beads as well as clothing, and in return offered a Belgian clock to the SSG to further cement the cultural exchange between the state and Belgium. Moses Agboma, EBS News.
Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki is the only sub-national government invited to speak at the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Global Chambers of Commerce and Association Conference involving over 150 countries. The event was organized in Fuzhou, the largest city in Fujian province, where coincidentally majority of the Chinese companies operating in Edo State are headquartered. Governor Obaseki used the occasion to deepen the business relationship with the Chinese investors. After participating in the plenary session at the opening ceremony of the Belt and Road Global Chambers of Commerce and Association Conference, the government had a closed-door meeting with the Fuzhou business community. Edo State is currently the third state in Nigeria after Lagos and Ogun, with the largest number of Chinese companies. Members of the People's Democratic Party have been urged to ensure absolute support for Governor Gordon Obaseki and the leadership so that the party can retain the state during the forthcoming governorship election. The declaration was made by the Edo State South Senatorial Leadership Government Party chairman and youth leaders during a press conference at the party secretariat in Benin City. The party leaders acknowledged the quality leadership of Governor Gordon Obaseki and absolved Dr. Tony Azigbemi of the divisive leg tendencies as alleged during a recent tour of Edo Central Senatorial District. Clement Kase completes the report.
According to the statement read by the PDP Ikpoboha youth leader, Godwin Ebo, the said pronouncement by the Edo State PDP chairman, Dr. Tony Azigbemi, on 14th November 2023, was devoid of bias, ethnic coloration, and divisiveness. The statement acknowledged Dr. Tony Azigbemi as an astute party chairman whose unbiased leadership trait has not only complemented Governor Gordon Obaseki's uncommon developmental strides, but ensured seamless party primaries. The PDP leaders stressed the need to refrain from acts capable of robbing PDP of its winning streak and popularity in the forthcoming governorship election.
That we do not see the said statement made by the Edo State chairman of the PDP, Dr. Tony Azigbemi, in the said Edo Central meeting on 14th and 15th November 2023, as at that laden with bias, that from our understanding of the state chairman, Dr. Tony Azigbemi, he is unbiased, transparent, and diligent in all official capacities.
Some local government PDP leaders, including Chief Ekundayo Manfid, Monday Enihoro, Honorable Uwigbe Victor, and Dr. Roland Edosa, restated Governor Gordon Obaseki's unparalleled unifying role as the #1 party man, hence the need for a teamwork to put PDP and Edo State on a progressive gear come 2024 governorship election.
To call for our brothers which are in the opposite side, that they should drop all their grievances and let us embrace peace. We want everybody to use their church mind to come together so that we should fight and go for the next primary and go for the governorship election.
More so when our governor is performing well. I say it anytime, anywhere, that what the governor has done so far, the transformation he has carried out in all the sectors of the economy, is enough for us to campaign with. It's just for us to work together as one, embrace him, and he should also embrace all other leaders of the party. And all of them should toe the line of peace.
I want to join majority of persons that actually love PDP. I want to strive for the success of PDP in the forthcoming election to please keep aside any issue that will cause further disaffection.
Since two can only work based on agreement, it was the submission of other PDP leaders in attendance that all differences are settled soon. Clement Akasie, EBS News.
Electoral victories are often announced by electoral umpire after every political contest, but the recent sack of some governors and elected National Assembly members by the Court of Appeal has left people wondering if the judiciary now decides who govern a state or country. Friday Motor, who samples the opinion of some legal practitioners, reports.
In recent times, electoral victories are now decided by the judiciary with counter judgments by the various courts. Using the recent sack of some state governors, elected National Assembly members, and many others by the judiciary, threw up arguments on whether the judiciary is now the electoral umpire or the electorate who decide those to mount the saddle of governance in Nigeria. Some lawyers, including Barrister Ibude Osawonyi, constitutional lawyer and Notary Public of Nigeria, Barrister Adams Aliu, said, the judiciary, being the last hope of the common man, cannot decide electoral victory in any form, noting that they only work on the evidence presented to it by those who are not satisfied with the declared results.
Yes, the courts are not the electoral umpire that should decide who wins an election. However, whoever is aggrieved have the right to approach the court for adjudication or for redress. And if the evidence placed before court now shows otherwise, that the person declared by the electoral umpire, in this case INEC, is not the person that actually won the election, either by a majority of the valid votes casted in the election, or the person was not validly elected because of some other reasons, then the court can come in and say, yes, you didn't win that election. In that case, it doesn't mean they are the electoral umpire. What they simply did was to resolve an issue.
The judiciary remains the last hope of the common man. It is a bit worrisome that people get uneasy about judicial decisions, tribunals, courts of appeal, and Supreme Court. This judicial interpretation of electoral matter did not start now in 2023. So many governors have lost their seat depending on the preponderance of evidence in the court. In Ghana, a tribunal removed a presidential victor. In Kenya, it was the same thing.
It was the general views of the respondents that the judiciary truly remains the last hope of the common man, and that the political class should always adhere to the rules and guidelines of the political process to avoid undue litigation and legal processes which may subvert the popular will of the electorate. Friday Ehimoto, EBS News.
Edo State Governor Mr. Gordon Obaseki has appreciated traditional rulers, security operatives, and other stakeholders for their collaborative effort in curbing crime rates in their various localities in the state. The governor disclosed this at the Traditional Rulers Peace and Security Council meeting held at Ovia Northeast, Ovia Southwest, and Ego local government council areas. Moses Agbomoy again has details.
The governor, who was represented by the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Saigbovo, appreciated the traditional rulers, security operatives, and other relevant stakeholders on their collaborative efforts and encouraged them to continue to work harmoniously, especially during the Yule-Tide season, to ensure that there are adequate security measures, stating that he is aware of the role traditional rulers, security agencies, and others are playing to ensure that there is peace in Edo. According to him, Governor Gordon Obaseki has reiterated his commitment in ensuring continuous peace and security in the state and appealed to traditional rulers to reside in their various domains, as this enables them to have first-hand information gathering for necessary actions. He warned that traditional rulers who have accrued revenue to themselves should henceforth desist from it, while advising that after every traditional ruler's monthly meeting, all reports from the meetings relating to government activities or issues be sent to the government house through the council chairman, adding that the need to bring in investors to the localities is paramount, and as such, traditional rulers who have lands for investors should indicate to enhance the promotion of jobs in the communities.
We are here to come and encourage our traditional rulers, our religious leaders, our brothers and sisters from the various arms to help our brothers who are in the security outfit, because the festive season is also coming up. If they don't have information, they cannot do otherwise. As a member of the State Security Council, I'm fully aware of the role that our police, our army, the civil defense, and every immigration are playing to ensure that there is peace in Edo State. Now the festive season is coming. It is the hope of His Excellency, the hope of our royal father, the Honorable Edo, who are follow Oba Okini, Oba Erigawa II, Baewa II, that every hand must be on deck to ensure that there is peace during this festive season and thereafter.
In all the three local governments visited, the chairman, Ovia Northeast, Honorable Collins Osemede Ogbewe, Ovia Southwest, Honorable Edosa Enome-Gomema, and Ego local government, Honorable Ege Ogbemudia, respectively thanked the governor for the peace and security meeting while assuring him of their continued support in ensuring that their local government areas remain safe for business and people thrive in.
I say solicit and crave for your cooperation, hence for that. Moving realities to a better level or to secure the environment. We cannot do it alone as a government.
Security begins with me and it begins with you. Everybody keeps talking about the government, talking about safety of our people. Said it's the responsibility of the state government, when it comes to the area of life and property. But like what I said today in a meeting I went to, government cannot do it alone. We need to do it together.
On his part, the president, traditional rulers, and the Enogi Silokul of Egbain, Ovia Northeast Council area, His Royal Highness Edowonyi Doze, who applauded the governor, said he is a reference point in the state for his tremendous achievements for conveying the peace and security meetings to enable a feedback mechanism where all issues and necessary informations are discussed and acted on. He congratulated the Oba of Benin on its 7th year anniversary and birthday celebration, wishing him good health and long life on the throne. Responding to the remark made by one of the traditional rulers that some of them are not domiciled in their domain because of social amenities, the Alawure of Hussein, His Royal Highness Ologbe II, thanked the governor for recognizing their efforts in reducing crime and assured of their readiness to sustain peace in their domain. This peace and security meeting, which started in Ovia Northeast, will be extended to the 18 local government council in Edo State. Present during the meeting were the management of the Ministry of Local Government, Community and Chieftaincy Affairs, heads of security agencies in the local governments, traditional rulers, heads of Christian Association of Nigeria, heads of Muslim communities, market leaders, National Youth Council of Nigerian representatives, and other stakeholders in the local government councils. Moses Agboma, EBS News.
The chairman of Wonder Local Government Council, Honorable Kenneth Adodo, and the Enige in the locality has held the first monthly security meeting council area where the security situation and challenges were discussed. Irene Ejoba bring details.
During the monthly security meeting of Wonder Local Government Area, which held at Eho, the administrative headquarters of the council area, the Governor, Godwin Obaseki, represented by the Commissioner Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Monday Osaigbovo, thanked the Enige for a job well done in terms of the security of the area.
To come and thank our traditional rulers in their various domains, to come and thank our security men who we know from records are doing their very best.
The Enoge of Eho, His Royal Highness David Ogeho, appreciated the governor for the recognition accorded the traditional rulers in the state.
The present chairman that is with us, he has just come, and the way he started is pleasing us, and he is ready to make sure that every area is and it's reaching everybody, every sector. And the traditional ruler in this local government are ready to cooperate with it.
The sector commander of the Edo State Vigilante in the area, Mr. Ken Akeme, and other security chiefs identified logistics as their challenge. The chairman of the council, Honorable Kenneth Adudo, appreciated the governor and the Enige for their support for his administration.
Royal fathers, and great security gallant officers. I cannot thank you people enough. The work ahead is enormous. Please let us not relent. This is festive period. I am happy for this visit. It is now crystal clear that Mr. Governor knows that people exist in the northern local government.
Irene Ejoba, EBS News.
A quick reminder that you can watch the broadcasting service in Star Time, channel 113, and Go TV, channel 141. For more on news, follow EBS Related on Facebook and subscribe to the broadcasting service on YouTube. You can now report motorists driving against traffic one way by recording a video of the vehicle and sending the recorded video to this WhatsApp number 0813-203-0846. Still to come, Oba of Benin suspends a no-gay of Huogwa village, His Royal Highness Osagunworo Eki Eronsonye. Details of these and other reports after the break.
Oh Lord, I am ready to sing your praise.
Hooray! Harvest season is here again. Edo Broadcasting Service is offering a platform for all churches to advertise their end-of-year activities such as Harvest, Thanksgiving, Crusades, Convention, 9 lessons and carols and more with a special discount. Churches and other religious organizations, what are you waiting for? Take advantage of this golden opportunity offered by Edo Broadcasting Service to advertise your end-of-year activities at a very reduced rate, and you will be glad you did. Pay for 5 slots and above and get 1 free slot extra. This is the first of its kind. Hurry now and advertise with the Edo Broadcasting Service to enjoy this bonus while it lasts. For details and advert placement, contact the commercial department at Edo Broadcasting Service at Duwawa, Benin City, or call 08028936697. Don't miss out.
You deliver all of sinners.
It is glad to know that you're still there watching ABS Comprehensive News. The Oba of Benin, Ewa II, has suspended the Enoge of Owa village in Ovia Northeast local government area, His Royal Highness Osagunworo Eki Eronsonye. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Oba of Benin, Osaigbovo Igobaro, indicates that the Oba of Benin, Ewa II, passed a vote of no confidence on him after reviewing allegations of misconduct, dereliction of duty against the suspended Osagunworo Eki Eronsonye. Consequently, Oba Ewa II directed Ozekpo Geva, second most elderly man in the village, Pa Omonuwa Moses, with the support of other elders, to administer village on his behalf pending the appointment of Ojonwere in due course.
Owe ni ma fi anyone obo ma ya agba owe wona ke wo gwa ni ke na pa oba tope
Several schools have continued to embark on an excursion to Edo Broadcasting Service at Duwawa, Benin City. This time, it was the turn of Aurora Senior Secondary School, Ikpobaoka Local Government Area, and Iguoma Secondary School in the Wonder Local Government Area. Justin Igbon witnessed the visit.
Students of Aurora Secondary School, obviously excited, were conducted around the various departments in the station by one of the engineers in the station, Evelyn Isikweme. Sections visited by the students of Rural Secondary School include the Master Control Room, radio and television transmitters, as well as the radio and television studios, where they were enlightened on the technicalities and functionalities of the various sections by Engineer Evelyn Isikweme. At the radio and television transmitters, Engineer Isikweme told the students that the state-of-the-art equipment are to guarantee efficient transmission of signals with well-trained personnel on ground. They were at the Master Control Room, MCRO, and the radio and television studios, and were also told how the personnel carry out their duties to the delight of listeners and viewers.
Yeah. There's a live program going on now. Where you can see those people inside. That's what you see.
Igbomo Secondary School students, in company of their teachers, also followed suit, visiting the various departments in Edo Broadcasting Service, and also enlightened by Engineer Evelyn Isikweme on the workability of the various sessions. A teacher in Urura Senior Secondary School, Mr. Odiasi Stanley, and that of Igbomo Secondary School, Owenaze Love, said the visit was informed by the need to keep their students abreast with the way and manner the signals of Edo Broadcasting Service get to listeners and viewers at home.
To expose them to TV and radio production, and many of them have been told before now in their technical education or in their basic tech how things are transmitted audially and visually, but now they are being exposed to it practically, and I'm sure this will also boost their knowledge, in teach their younger ones when they get back home and improve in their experience in life.
We should come for discussion, and here we are. The children, they are happy, the students are happy, and we, the teachers that came with them, they are also happy. We've seen some of them on the broadcast station and all. So we are happy, we are very, very grateful to our government, to our principals.
Students of Rural Secondary School gave their impression about the visit, thanking Edo Broadcasting Service for the opportunity.
First of all, I would like to thank Edo Broadcasting Services for helping us achieve our purpose of coming here, to learn how radios and television programs are being run.
I've learned about the TriCaster, radio, yes, to learn about the mass, how they work.
Those of Igbomo Secondary School spoke in similar vein.
I learned about transmitter that, actually, when you're broadcasting, you also need a transmitter. That is a visualized transmitter to send it and to send signal around for other people to steal.
Radio, television, radio transmitter. From here to our various homes, to our schools, to our offices, and how the Goma paper works. I learned about the radio studio. You can off it when you're not talking.
Edo Broadcasting Service over the years has not reneged on its public service delivery. Justin Egmo, EBS News.
Labor unions on Wednesday lambasted the federal government for slashing the supplementary budgetary allocation for wage awards to federal civil servants by 100 billion, warning that this was not the agreement they had with the government. Data obtained from the newly revised 2023 supplementary budget indicated that the government swapped the controversial 5 billion naira presidential yacht votes for Navy barges, increased the budget for defense from 476.54 billion naira to 546.21 billion naira, and it marked 20 billion naira as capital supplementation for the National Intelligence Agency. The recently approved 2.1 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget was reported marred with controversy following the discovery of seemingly extravagant items, forcing an amendment by the National Assembly. The federal government Wednesday asked the Supreme Court to grant an extension of time for the old Naira notes to remain in circulation as a legal tender. In a fresh application by the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, the federal government seeks to uplift its 3rd March 2023 order to the effect that the old 200 naira, 500 and 1,000 naira notes should be legal tenders alongside the new ones till 31st December 2023. According to the federal government, the extension of time is necessary because it has not been able to print the volume of new notes that would enable it to phase out the old currency before December 31st. The Ministry of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, says the federal government has achieved a lot in the fight against oil theft. Matawalle, in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria, said many practical gains have been recorded in the resolve to end oil theft in the Niger Delta region. He also said the country was hopeful of producing 1.9 million barrels of crude oil per day before the end of the year. The defense minister said the administration of President Bola Tinubu has invested heavily in modern weapons and equipped the military well to bring to an end all of crimes, including banditry and oil theft. He revealed that some of the soldiers had gone for training both within and outside the country on handling the equipment before the equipment was brought. The House of Representatives on Wednesday expressed worry over what it decides as low revenue from the Nigerian Railway Corporation. This was the office of the Accountant General of the Federation said the NRC remitted only 345 million naira in revenue for 2023, adding that remittances recovered from January to September. The observations were when the Managing Director of the NRC, Fidet Okiria, appealed before the House of Representatives Committee on Finance on Wednesday at the 2024-2026 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and Fiscal Strategy paper, MTF-FSP, interactive session in Abuja. Answering questions from the James Falake-led committee, Okiria committed that there was tickets racketeering by some of the staff in the NRC leading to loss of revenue. The House of Representatives Wednesday tasked the Nigerian Correctional Center to give an account of inmates who escaped from the Medium Security Custodian Center in 2022. On Wednesday at the plenary session, the House mandated its committee on reformatory institutions, interior and police affairs to liaise with the heads of the relevant security agencies to produce a comprehensive report on the status of the escaped inmates. The committee are to report back to the House within 6 weeks for further legislative action. The resolutions of the House follow the adoption of a motion sponsored by Emmanuel Ukpong Udo, a member representing Ikono Ifini Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. It will be recalled that the Islamic State in West African province claimed responsibility for the July 2022 attack on the Kuje Custodian Center, which led to the escape of dozens of Boko Haram suspects. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo has pledged support to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps to deliver on its mandate. Tunji gave the assurance while launching a camouflage uniform for the NSCDC and an additional uniform for the security agency. Tunji Ojo this Thursday, according to a statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Interior, Afonja Ajibola. He stressed that government will continue to support the Corps, especially on the welfare and training of officers towards ensuring that they contribute their quota to the security of the country. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja this Thursday affirmed the election of Gombe State Governor Inuwa Yahaya. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had declared Yahaya the winner of the Governor-of-Chief election after he scored 342,821 votes to beat his closest rival, Jibrin Bade of the People's Democratic Party, who polled 233,131 votes. Displeased with the outcome of the election, the PDP alleged that Yahaya was re-elected by a majority of lawful votes. The Election Petition Tribunal dismissed the petition. Not pleased, the PDP candidate and his party approached the appellate court, who subsequently dismissed the appeal. The World Health Organization has warned that the misuse of antibiotics is denting their efficacy and spawning the resistant bacteria, which could be responsible for 10 billion deaths worldwide by 2050. The warning came on Thursday following a survey on the use of antibiotics conducted by the WHO, whose European chapter conducted a study that showed that antibiotics were prescribed for things like the common cold, 2% of cases, a sore throat, 21%, and cough, and 18%. The survey was carried out in 8 countries, mostly in Eastern Europe and Central Asia. The WHO also noted that there were severe gaps in people's knowledge about antibiotics, meaning they could be taking antibiotics for the wrong reason without realizing it. The first shipment of doses of malaria vaccination recommended by the UN World Health Organization for West Africa have arrived in Yaoundé, Cameroon's capital. A joint statement by the World Health Organization, WHO, the UN Children Agency, UNICEF, and the Gavi Vaccine Alliance indicates that the scale-up of vaccination against malaria across the highest risk areas on the West African continent will begin soon. Report says this is a historic step towards broader vaccination against one of the deadliest diseases for African children, who is donated by the manufacturer. And that is the size of ABS Comprehensive News tonight. Before we go, remember that the rains are here. Dispose your refuse at designated locations from blocking the drains to ensure free flow of water. Thanks for watching ABS Comprehensive News tonight. I am Patrick Oyewo. Good night.